How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have a special guest with us tonight. He can say his name, what he does, all that jazz, you know?
Hi, my name is Jordan Sartor. I'm the vocalist and also the overall songwriter and instrumentalist of my solo project known as, Jordan Sartor.
Well, thank you very much, Jordan, for coming on. I want to give a massive shout out to Nicole of Renovair. She was the one who hooked it up. So
She's sick. That band is sick. They're amazing.
100%, 100% backed. You know it. You heard it here first.
110% back. You got to get that extra 10,
You got that extra 10. But
absolutely.
The first question, Jordan, I'm sure you get asked this a lot. How did you get started out in music? Like, has it always been something that you've been passionate about? What made you kind of want to start a project? Have you been in bands previously? Just give me the Jordan Sartor origin story, as you will.
I mean, music in the back of my head has always been a passion, but I didn't really realize it until I think third grade when I started playing cello, actually.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But even before that, there was like times where my mom would buy me like one of the toy guitars that you get as a kid.
I got you. Yeah.
Literally was playing it one day, told her straight up, this shit's out of tune. She was like, what? Like, I'm 3, and then it took her like 2 tries, and then she still didn't get it. And then one day she took it to a guitar store and then basically said, oh, my son says this guitar is out of tune. How old's your son? 3. And they're like, what?
They're like, how did he know?
So no, I was always basically music was something that I guess I didn't know I had an ear for like a long time. And then third grade, I started playing cello because I was like, why not? Need something to do.
Yeah.
And then I got into guitar. I forget why I got into it, but I know Prince is like the main reason why I wanted to play guitar. But other than that, I don't know what made me want to go like, okay, I'm gonna actually practice this. But I don't know. Fast forward, I was in like a bunch of like, I guess, rock band camps.
Okay.
For like a little bit. And, met a few people, wrote a few songs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a person that I was always writing with. He's actually in a band called Lasciate. He's the guitar player, Sam Hark. I actually started writing with him, and then we ended up forming a band, which eventually became known as Trails.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. And I was actually originally one of the other guitar players.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time we became like a 6-piece at some point, we had 3 guitar players, a bass player, a drummer. It was unnecessary, but we did it anyways. The vocalist quit because he wanted to pursue like theater.
Okay.
And save his voice because he thought like screaming would damage his voice. I mean, I scream, I sing. I've done, I guess, theater tunes when I was in college, so
sure, yeah.
I don't understand that, but it is what it is. But I just said, oh, I'll do it because I know all the words.
Yeah.
Because I could just imagine the whole process of just auditioning people, and I was just like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do that.
And it'll probably be easier since there would be one member that does singing and guitar work. I mean,
Yeah, they straight up laughed in my fucking face when I like came up with that idea, and they're like, yeah, fuck no, we're auditioning somebody. And then I guess one day, guitarist Sam was driving me home where we were both going to college, and was like, all right, I'm going to put this track on right now, and you have to prove yourself right this instant. Like straight on the spot, do vocals without a microphone, no compression, no mixing or anything like that. And then he called the rest of the band and was like, okay, we have a vocalist now. And then we had a good run. We had a music video and stuff like that. We had a 14-song album. It's still out there somewhere.
Oh, wow. Crazy.
And I guess to keep it short, creative differences happened. I did write, I guess, half of our debut album, at least a good half of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it came time to like write new stuff, like I was writing a lot, but they didn't necessarily like it. It got to a point where I was just like, you know what? It's like a calling to like a new thing.
Yeah.
Which I've been wanting to pursue, but I didn't really kickstart it until like 2020, really. Like I had demos written and stuff like that, but I didn't really start actually like grinding about it until like 2020.
There we go. Well, that's awesome. And I guess like What was, I guess, like you said, you started like your solo work in 2020. What kind of, like, I guess, fueled that desire? Did you just, was it just because you had like a lot of demos and you wanted to kind of have those be released, or I'm just curious because like I said, Nicole messaged me about you and having you on and stuff, and obviously I said yeah, of course. But like, what kind of made you think like, man, I really want to get back into doing the whole music thing? Because I don't know, how much in between from the previous band you were in and obviously doing your solo work, how much time in between that point. But obviously, like you said, you've been sitting on a lot of material. So how does it feel, I guess, to have it out, or get at least getting in that mode to release stuff? And again,
I'll tell you what, everything before that was stressful because after leaving that band, I don't know, you kind of feel like, because not everyone leaves a band on like good terms, and I kind of felt like
sure,
the bitter ex-boyfriend at the
got
time. But like, at the same time, the main thing was I was struggling to kind of figure out what I want to do next.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to go solo, I almost became a pop star at some point. Well,
Wow.
I was trying to go for the Shawn Mendes approach.
Wow. All right.
And I was just like, that's definitely not going to work out at all. But I had a bunch of songs that I wrote for them, and then I wrote just on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those were just rejected songs. Two of the songs that I have out are rejected songs from the original band.
Wow. Crazy.
And I guess one day I was like, oh, I'm going to go solo, but I don't know how I'm going to do it. But I think even before that, I would listen to bands like specifically Beartooth
mm-hmm.
and The Plot in You.
Yeah.
And, after diving deep into, because I go on YouTube and occasionally just, watch studio updates.
Yeah.
Only to find out that those bands are basically just their lead singers.
Yeah.
Like it's like a backing band, like for live purposes.
Sure,
they have a band name, and but they have like the lead singer just writing and recording mostly, like if not 100% everything. And I'm just like, I kind of do that already on my own, and I'm just like, but like, why do I need to put like a band name on it? I'm like, because when I ever hear like, oh yeah, Beartooth, they're so good, and I'm just like, Caleb is Beartooth.
Yeah.
I'm like, not trying to like be selfish, but I was like, I need to put my name on this. So I'm just like,
yeah. I respect that, because like, I also, like you, I like watching those like studio updates and stuff. I remember watching, I think it was not the most current Beartooth record. It may have been like one or two before that, but I remember Caleb was he would be at his home. He has like his home studio, mm-hmm. and he was just like, knocking out some drums or whatever.
Yeah,
and I knew he was talented, right? But I was like, this man wrote, like, he writes the entire Beartooth records, and it's usually just him and like obviously the other producer if he goes to like get it done, through someone else, whether it be like mix, master, whatever. But
so that third album, Disease.
Yes.
That was the only album he ever had help with.
It's crazy.
Yeah, like everything else he's done in his basement, record the drums, reamped with the same like amp that he's always used and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I guess he was like, you know what, let me try going to a studio just to see what I can come up with.
Yeah, and I think it's really neat to see, like, and like you said, Landon too from The Plot in You. I know he also does like producer stuff and is in like, as like his own, not only his own solo project, but also obviously The Plot too. But it's cool to see like bands, especially that in that aspect of like you have one center person that like writes it, and it's just really interesting to see, obviously that perspective, and then seeing like them play it out live, because like I've definitely seen The Plot in You many times, I've seen Beartooth many times, and it's neat to see like just that one person has written a large body of that work, and it's neat. So I gotta commend you for doing something like that, because it's not easy. When did you kind of like, has that always been something that you've always done with your music, like, whether it be with a band or like your own stuff now? Like, have you always felt like, oh man, let me just work on stuff? Because I've definitely seen some of your live videos where you'll be like working on some of your tracks. And I think it's neat because I love seeing that because I'm not like, I feel like I'm decently talented, but it's cool to see other people's like, mental abilities in terms of, how they choose to like do different things with their tracks and like really nerd out. I don't know. I'm particularly nerdy when it comes to music, so I enjoy that sort of content,
So what's the question?
I guess the question is like, when did you know you wanted to like kind of do that whole like like Caleb, like Landon Tourist-esque thing where you're like, let me just do all of it. Like, why not just like write it all myself and just release it?
Oh, okay. So I honestly didn't really give a shit until I started writing lyrics. So like,
and that's when that was over the hill at that point. I got you.
So when I was still playing guitar in a band, like it was just write random riffs and see which ones go together, and then
I feel
whatever vocalist gets on it, and it's just like, okay, that's a good song. But when I started writing lyrics, I wanted to dive deep. I didn't want to like just do the typical like, I don't know, what do metalcore kids talk about these days anymore?
Beats me, man.
like the whole. I mean, there's definitely angst and stuff like that.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But like they talk about it the same like damn way.
I got you.
Like
there's a formula to it.
The fire and the wall beneath me and stuff like that. I'm just like, all right, that's cool. That's been done a bunch of times. And if it's not that, it's like atheistic. I'm just like, what if I just straight up say what's on my mind? I'm not saying I'm the only person to do that, but how I think about things and what I'm thinking about is straight authentic. And I'm just like, if I'm gonna be doing this, I can't do it in a sense where I like fill in the gap that someone else writes it to. And even if something is like angsty or something is like personal, it's not going to be written. It might not be like instrumentally. It might not fit if I'm just doing straight metalcore breakdowns or something like that. Sometimes it's got to be a rock song. Sometimes it's got to be a metalcore song.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's got to be just straight beatdown. I'm a pretty hybrid person when it comes to writing. I don't really stick to one thing. I don't know how to describe my sound. It's basically like basically for the most part metalcore. Yeah. I try to add my own personal twist or borrow from like influences that I like.
No, because I had a chance to check out, the songs that you have out now, and to me,
which one's your favorite? Huh?
Oh man, put me on the spot, Jordan.
Wow, he don't even know my own songs. This is a fake fucking fan right here.
Wow, Jordan. Call me out on my own show. I think like that's so tough. I feel like I couldn't really put a mark on it. I will definitely throw up on the screen in text which one I feel is my personal favorite. But I think to me, like, I appreciate the honesty of it because, I listen to a gross amount of music on a daily basis. And to me, like, I've always appreciated artists when they've taken like a personal attachment to it, and not to say that there aren't artists out there that, obviously it means a lot to them. They wouldn't be singing about it or screaming about it if it didn't mean anything to them. But I felt like, there was no like cutoff point. Like, you were straight to the point, there was no like, there's no cut. There's like, you start the song and you immediately get into it. And I think that's what I appreciate the most about your style, is that it's just like right out the gate, like exactly how you're supposed to feel, how, the emotion kind of drives your song. So
right.
I'd really probably have to sit down and analytically think about how I feel about the tracks, your songs that you have out now. But I liked both of them so far. I mean, they're both really good shit. Like, so I'll leave links below for people to check out.
You said both?
I think, yeah. Didn't you have two
songs out? You know what? When we talked, I had two out. I have a third one out.
Oh, shit. I didn't even know that. I'll have to check the third one out.
I dropped it in April.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check the third one out then.
So, yeah, all three singles basically represent, I mean, they kind of do. I mean, there's stuff that I still haven't released that's people are going to be like, what? Oh, I didn't know you could do that. They're three different feels, like sonically, like,
Yeah.
but they're also three different feels in terms of like lyrical content. Like they're centered around the same thing of like how personal everything is,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
like one song's personal about myself and like how others look at me, others like personal in terms of internal,
Sure. Yeah.
and others personal in a sense. It's like a call out song kind of thing.
I got you. Yeah.
So
And it's cool to see the emotional and lyrical awareness to like, how you write. So I feel like if that was how eloquently I could elaborate it to people, I appreciate that personal touch that you put on the tracks. It's kind of segueing into the next question I'd have for you, Jordan, is what's your personal favorite one? And if you had to recommend, one of your 3 songs that you have out now to new listeners, which one do you think you would recommend? I know that's like picking your favorite child, so I understand it's difficult.
So my personal favorite song of mine that I have so far is actually not even out yet.
Ooh,
that
okay.
Sucks. But if I were to pick, I mean, I had favorite. I like all 3 of them could potentially just be my favorite, but for different reasons. But like, if I were to pick my overall favorite, it's Ina Chukia with Mike Terry.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Not because he's on. I mean, that was a great experience and stuff like that. And it was kind of starstruck because that's one of my favorite musicians of all time.
Mike Terry's tight, yeah.
He's the GOAT. But in terms of like lyrical content, that's like the one song that fits most with the theme I'm eventually going to be going for.
Gotcha.
Which
okay.
I haven't announced it yet, but when I do, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, okay."
Now it makes sense. Yeah, it's all
it's one of like maybe 3 or 4 songs that actually ties with the overall theme.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, guys, keep your eyes peeled. I'll leave links in the description. You already know. Check Jordan out. We're trying to gas Jordan up here on the channel here. But
respect.
The next thing, Jordan, kind of I feel like we kind of touched on it, but we didn't really get into specifics. But who influences you? Like, who kind of got you started out in music? Obviously, like you said, you play guitar, and now you're doing vocals, guitar, all of the above. Who got you started out in music? Who influences your stuff more currently now?
Definitely Slipknot. Slipknot will always influence me. Not just because they're just straight heavy and just straight up out of pocket. Rest in peace to Paul and Joey, by the way.
Yeah.
But just how much different they were compared to like everything else at the time.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
It makes me want to like try to be different and kind of come up with my own thing as opposed to just like blatantly like biting off of somebody else's style. I mean, you might hear some things here and there. Do I notice them at the time? No. When I'm writing them, probably not. Because whatever I come up with, I either wrote it a while ago, like on my own, or I just came up with the spot. So.
Yeah.
But then Breaking Benjamin, definitely
classic.
Because they're still the best way. Like they're pretty mainstream in terms of like I guess rock.
Sure,
but they still keep it like in terms of like compared to like most rock music today, it's still pretty heavy.
Yeah.
But they keep it catchy, and that's like the kind of stuff that I like.
Yeah, they have really good hooks.
They're timeless.
I totally agree. They're like one of those bands that you just know they're gonna like always put out really good quality stuff.
But even before like middle school, I actually used to hate metal with a burning passion.
Surprise!
I never understood. I mean, I grew up on hip hop and R&B.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I got 2 African American parents. It's just a given for the most part.
Yeah.
Which I always like the structure and kind of like different harmonies of R&B and hip hop, and kind of just applied it to metal and stuff like that. Because people be thinking they invented the whole like rock musicians invented the whole scream everything else. And then sing the choruses. No, that's hip hop and pop. That's basically rap and hip hop.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from, and everyone. Like I can't stand metalcore kids that are like, oh, I can't stand rap music or hip hop. I'm just like, you do realize your song structures
is where that's come from.
I'm like, I can't get into it. I'm like, yes, you can. You basically recreated it, but then a different genre.
I never understood that. I will say that like I probably am not as knowledgeable in that department, which was my goal of this year, is to be more knowledgeable and more like, you know,
Right.
open to listening to that sort of stuff, because I understand that it's something that's not my go-to. But you know, if you have any good, you know, rap or hip hop artists, let me know. I'd love to add them to the list of bands I need to check out, you know.
Outcast.
Oh, they're great. I saw your post earlier about Outcast. Yeah.
I was fuming as soon as I saw them compare to the Beatles. I was like, Beatles did good stuff. I will give them that. But in terms of like their music, which is my opinion, I just never got into it. I don't like it.
I feel that. Yeah, like my parents are super into the Beatles, just because obviously they grew up in that time. But like for me, you know, I'm not gonna go. I don't go around and listening to the Beatles. You know, I probably more, if I had a choice to listen to between the two, I'd probably listen to Outkast, because it seems more familiar to me and closer to that my age group, I guess.
My biggest issue when it comes to the Beatles is basically fans of them that are my age or even younger saying like, "Oh, today's music's fucking trash." I wish it was like I miss times like the Beatles. I'm like, you didn't exist. You weren't even a thought. Your parents weren't even a thing. I'm like, stop.
Yeah,
I hate it so much. I hate
the mental hoops that people jump through to make their point, their case a point, I guess.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with older music. Like, I like older music. I like
Same.
Earth, Wind and Fire because my papa got me into that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Well, like, obviously know where you come from at the same time. Like, you didn't
grow up in that.
you didn't go to a Beatles concert.
Yeah,
because it was impossible.
It literally, yeah, physically, unless you had like a time machine, which, I mean, that would be great, but you know.
Yeah, it would be tight, but I'm good on that.
But I feel that, yeah, like I think the only genre that I am not, and I know I've definitely said it multiple times on here, is country music. I am not country music. Cannot get into that shit. Like, no offense to people who like country. You know, there's probably plenty of people out there, but
one exception. There's one exception. She gets the pass. Shania Twain.
That's correct. Yeah, you're right.
Shania Twain. Timeless.
She's a classy lady.
She's like in her mid-50s, almost 60s, and she like, I think, performed a concert for like the first time in a while. I think 2017 or 2018. Still kills it.
Yeah, yeah. She's got the bops. There's no denying that. I say the only pass that I would give to country is like,
don't say Carrie Underwood.
Not Carrie Underwood. I'm saying like old school, like old country music. You know, like the classics, like Cash. You know, Elvis Presley, that sort of stuff. That's like some of the more oddball stuff.
Cash.
Yeah. Some of the more oddball stuff that I guess anything modern country I cannot really stand.
This isn't saying that they don't have talent or anything.
Oh, no.
It's not my thing.
Yeah, it's just not my thing. Yeah, that's it. I'm sure there's plenty of people that would say that hip hop and rap aren't their thing, and I would say you need to really take a look at your life and reconsider things. You know,
hip hop made everything if you really think about it.
That's true.
Yeah.
True. But great answers, Jordan. I gotta say, you know, got big love for obviously Slipknot and Breaking Benjamin. Those are the reason why, you know, we are in this, you know, alternative scene of music. But big props to that. But next question, Jordan, keeping it more current. What have you been jamming recently? What's on your Spotify? What do you listen kind of to on a more current basis?
I might get a lot of hate for this, but King 810, that's one of them.
Oh, okay.
King 810. For the past 2 days, I've been listening to Second Nature. You actually had Jerry on the show with you.
Oh, my boy Jerry. I love Jerry. Shouts to Jerry. Love you, Jerry.
I've never met that dude in person. We had one like online exchange, and we just clicked. That was just it.
I'm just waiting for you and Jerry to have the cage match. That's what I thought you guys. I thought you guys are gonna throw down. Jerry, listen, I'll host that shit. I'm just saying. I don't want to personally see you guys fight because you both seem like very nice people, but Like,
do you know about his hatred for oat milk at all?
no, you want to put him on blast now? Is this the beef? Are we starting the beef, Jordan?
Yeah. So he's made it very clear that he does not like oat milk.
Oof.
Which, to each their own. I mean, I don't like it as much as almond milk. He put like some Instagram debate on there, and obviously I told him like oat milk's not bad, but definitely almond milk. But I'd like to formally announce that Jerry John from what's that band called?
Second Nature.
From Second Nature is a closet oat milk lover. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
It's exclusive.
If you heard it here first.
And if you don't hear from him in a couple of days, you know why.
It's because he
It's
loves
because he
oat
got
milk.
exposed. Yeah, he's too busy in a closet full of oat milk.
Guys, make sure to, if you know Jerry personally or if you know him online, you just press F in the chat for Jerry because he's been exposed right now.
You said they're going to see this in September, right?
Yeah, he's going to see
Yeah,
it.
so he's going to get a bunch of oat milk in September. That's great.
It's okay. I also agree with Jordan that I like oat milk, especially in my coffee. Big fan. But
yeah, but like
almond milk's superior, I think.
Yeah, I only like oat milk. I love almond milk.
You're right.
Yeah.
We ain't about. I'm not about dairy shit. That's not my vibe.
No, but do you know what's an interesting thing? Coconut milk.
Yeah. Well, it was funny. I was talking about this with a friend the other night, and I got on vacation. I got like oat milk. I mean, not oat milk. I got coconut milk ice cream, and
that sounds good.
It was. I didn't like it. And he was like, what? He's like, this shit's super good. Now I'm like, nah, man, it's not good at all. So I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. So coconut's one of those weird things where it's like you either really like it or you just don't.
I mean, I like coconut stuff, but like I got like this like coconut cookies and cream like ice cream, and it wasn't that good for some reason. I don't know why. I thought for sure it was gonna be good. I will say oat milk ice cream, if you haven't had that shit, that's fire. I love that stuff.
Yeah, coconut milk by itself, that's like a hit or miss. But I drink a lot of matcha green tea lattes, stuff like that, for like Starbucks and shit. I tried coconut milk with it. It's different.
Yeah, it hits different.
It gives you like a fruity tint. I'm just like, oh, okay, this is actually kind of fire.
But
like, I wouldn't do it with anything else. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I feel that. So,
but anyways, back to what the original question. What I'm listening to.
Listen, I'm cool with this. I'm cool with wherever we're going. We're about the journey.
No, real shit. I have been listening to Second Nature ever since I heard of Jerry and I talked to him. But I literally did that just so I could grill him. So I love you, Jerry.
I love you, Jerry.
Right, so
and Justin.
So what I say, King 810, yeah, they're very controversial.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, when I first heard of them, it was actually at a Mayhem Fest. I didn't see them, but I heard them as I was getting in line.
Yeah. Get on the show, yeah.
And they sounded like shit. like I'm like instrumentally, it sounded kind of cool. I was just like, it's like got some new metal vibes and shit like that.
I feel it, yeah.
I did but he was like whispering, screaming, and like kind of doing the spoken word thing,
Yeah.
And I was like, this sounds like shit. Whoever this is, I don't want to listen to them. But I figured out who it was, and I dived deep into their discography. I'm like, oh, they're not bad. They're still kind of weird, but they're one of those bands where you actually kind of have to like know about them to kind of appreciate and understand
their music. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but yeah, I do understand the controversy. Some of the shit that they've done, a little out of pocket. I still like the sound of it. I don't care what anyone says.
I feel. It's all about the music, I got you.
But so King 810, Second Nature, kind of, sort of, not really. No, I'm just kidding. Who else was that? Oh, Reflections. Their recent new stuff. I love it. Like it's definitely very different, especially because they have that one guitarist, Logan Young.
Yes, Logan.
So actually, I met Logan, kind of, sort of. He used to be in a band called Hollow Point.
Okay.
He was like their main writer, guitarist,
and
that was like the only time I ever had like a real encounter with him. And that shit was popping. I was like, I never seen anything like this. But I start seeing him all these different projects at once. I'm just like, what the heck is happening? He was in a band called Mother Sound. He was in a band called Altered Perceptions. All these bands that I was just like, he's doing these bands just he's fucking sick. And then he started a solo thing. I'm like, this is freaking sick too. I never heard anything like that. And then once I heard that he was in Reflections, like the thing was I didn't know like what they were going to sound like, but as soon as I heard like that first like single, I was just like, this has Logan written all over it. I'm like, this is him. This is his writing style. I love it. But yeah, so the Reflections, the new stuff, and I'm excited for the possibly even newer stuff. They're basically doing like a part 2 of Color Clear, but like I don't know if they're gonna call it that, but they're basically gonna like revisit that style.
Oh, I'm so stoked.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think. So then, Unity TX.
Nice.
Unity
Yeah,
TX.
they're tight. They're tight. Yeah.
That's like the perfect blend of hip hop
and hardcore
metal.
Yeah.
It's perfect blend. There's not much else to be said about that. Jason shit and everything.
Yeah.
She's not like, she doesn't have anything out, but have you ever heard, I'm pretty sure Jerry told you about Bobby.
Yes, she's great. Bobby,
fucking fantastic.
Come on the channel. You're welcome anytime.
That's my favorite vocalist right now.
She's killing it.
Swear to God, I never heard anyone like do what she does the way she does it. And she did cover like a little bit of Spirit Box.
Yes.
I straight up told her, I'm like, your screams sound better than Courtney. Unpopular opinion. That's a hot take, but
that's a hot take. Yeah.
As much as I love that band, as much as I love Courtney,
yeah.
I never heard a female scream like that. It's fantastic.
Yeah, she's great.
She doesn't like, she's got a good range. She can do anything.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I actually like her cleans too. Like, I like that she is like you said, she's able to do both really well. Mm-hmm. And I think that's hard to find it in just a vocalist, period. Like a vocalist is able to do both well. You know what I mean? So, so I totally agree with you. Yeah, shouts to Bobby. She's great.
Absolutely.
Come on the channel.
And they just dropped a single recently, the Conveyance Project. If you ever heard of Josh Kuhn.
Yeah.
That's someone who I've been texting back and forth like, all the time about music and stuff like that. So he showed me like demos and stuff of all of that stuff. So when I shared it, I kind of acted like I never heard this song before or seen the music video. He already sent it to me.
Exposed. Like no kidding.
No, him and I actually worked with the same photographer.
Oh, cool.
For like our headshots and shit like that. And I'm actually working with the same guy who took our pictures. He did their music video.
Oh, very cool.
So that's who I'm working with on my music videos, which I will not say what song or what it is or anything.
Nothing leaking. I totally get that.
Let me check my Spotify.
Also, I think I know who the photographer is. Shouts to Eric.
Eric, yeah.
He's the man. Love that dude.
I wasn't sure if you knew, so I didn't say his name.
I know. I listen, man. I know way too many. I know a lot of people here, but no, I agree. I liked going back to your point about Reflections. Like, I was listening to today. I was listening to Willow and like the new EP that they just dropped not too long ago, a couple months ago, and it's just so heavy. Like, it is disgusting.
I like the new EP, but like I always end up going back to Willow.
Yeah, Willow's. I don't know. Like, I'm excited to see what they're gonna do because like the new stuff just sounds so like chaotic, and I'm curious if they're gonna keep that just same maddening energy.
I follow them all on Instagram. I know Patty, their main guitarist. He basically said like, "Oh, we just feel like being heavy."
They are
right
no doubt.
Like they're making 9-string songs right now, and like double drop B. I don't know if you know anything about guitar tuning.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right now,
just dummy heavy.
ever since they made their comeback, they just want to be like dumb heavy for right now, just because.
Which is great.
I mean, during the pandemic, it's like not the smartest thing to release a full length, even though I am. But like, so they're just like, oh, we're just having fun, and we just want to release some dumb heavy shit. It's like, all right.
Listen, you do your thing, man. That's great, and obviously, best of luck to you too, Jordan. But I don't know if did you check out your Spotify a little more? Or?
I'm about to just to make sure. Oh, new structures. Oh my God! Holy crap! Who told them to do that?
That record was nasty.
Who told them to do that?
Oh, it was so good.
As someone who was more of a fan of their debut album as opposed to the album after that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people liked.
Divided by.
No, the one after that. They liked that a lot better.
Oh, something mirror. Forget what it's called.
I'll look it up for you.
If not, I can always look it up too. I have the computer at my.
Life through a window.
That's what I was gonna say. It was either. It looks like a mirror, so that's why I thought it was something.
It was good, but it didn't stand out to me like Divided By. They put None of the Above out. That thing was obnoxious. They were mad.
Yeah.
Someone made them so mad.
As soon as I heard Planet Garbage, I already knew it was gonna be. I knew it was gonna be nuts. Like,
you know what's the craziest thing? Out of all six of those songs, that's my least favorite song.
I will say I agree. I think that one, like, I love it. And I played it to death, but I'd have to agree with you. I think that is not that it's like the worst track. I just think there are better tracks that weren't out.
Civilian. That's the one. Especially because there's a track before it, and it just goes straight into it. I was like, I looked at my phone. I was like, why didn't it switch?
The transition was just so smooth that, you know, like
it had some hip hop vibes to it. Like, they were all like, we fucked the world up. I was like, yo, ever heard what's that song called by Travis Scott? This is one song where he's like, fuck the club up. I was like, that totally reminded me.
That was true as a rip. Yeah, it was totally a rip.
I was like, holy shit, this is nice.
Yeah, I loved it. I totally agree, Jordan. That record was on fire. It was so good.
My thing is, like, how are they going to perform that as a 3-piece?
I mean, they got two 8 strings, so I feel like, you know, that, I mean,
7s.
Oh, they're 7s. Oh shit, I thought they were 8s for some reason. But man, I don't know.
I don't know how they're going to do it.
I don't know how they're going to do it, but you know, hopefully they'll be back to touring, because I would love to see them play. I think they're definitely one of those bands that I missed out on seeing live.
Me too.
So I would love Structures. If you happen to scroll by on the internet and watch this, you know, Jordan and I would love for you to do a tour in the States, preferably in the Northeast. So
yeah.
Do it.
I also figured out they're Canadian too.
Oh, so you didn't?
I didn't know that.
That's why.
I never knew that.
Yeah. And I know their vocalist was in. He was in North Lane for like a bit, and then I think he did Alien, and then now obviously, you know, Structures has been revived, so I'm very stoked. But totally agree, Jordan. Fantastic EP. Was there anything else on your list other than that, or is we capping on that?
Humanity's Last Breath, and we just don't even need to talk about it. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Period.
And they produced the recent what's it called? Reflections EP.
Oh yeah. I have a band for you to check out. I'll have to shoot them. Actually, I'll recommend them now. I believe. I hope I'm not butchering their name, but it's called Elysion or Elysion. They're from Australia. It's Elision, and they did a song with Humanity's Last Breath singer. So
okay, I actually never heard of them now.
They are nuts. Like, I would highly recommend anybody watching this to go check them out, because the album is called There's More to Us Than You and I, and then they did a song with Buster Olderholm, and the other feature is from Dylan Geis. I don't know what band he's in, but very cool. He also did the mix and master for that record, and it just sounds thick as fuck. So definitely recommend that.
I feel like I'm just rambling, like I haven't talked about myself enough.
It's all good. The next question, Jordan.
Oh, good.
A fun question.
All right.
If you could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
Yeah. Like my own like twist on it and stuff like that. Mobamba, Sheck West.
Ooh, that's a cool choice. I like that.
And the thing is, I tried to look up so many like covers of that song just to see if anyone did like a metal cover. No one did a good job.
Well, I want to say I challenge you, but because the internet is a thing and people are probably going to watch this, I can't confirm or deny that people may or may not ask you for that cover. So I hope it's in the works.
The thing was, I had it in the works along with my album, and then everything got erased. I started my album over 3 times.
Oh, that's my worst nightmare.
Literally, like, for most of the pandemic, like, I guess the beginning stages of it,
mm-hmm.
and then whenever, like, a lot of people were on unemployment, I was on unemployment.
Yeah.
I was basically just trying to write, like, trying to finally record this entire album and get it over with. And I was halfway done. I swear to you, halfway done in 2020. It could have been out in 2020, maybe the beginning of 2021. Oh. Then a lot of space got taken up on my computer. So I bought an expensive hard drive that I probably shouldn't have bought, but I have it. Here we go. And I did everything wrong and erased every single vocal file.
Oh my god! Oh,
don't you just love it?
I feel that pain.
But also at the time, I didn't have a good microphone yet. But now I got this.
There you go.
I got this for Christmas after the fact that I got my shit erased.
So.
No, it was. I'm trying to think. No, it was Christmas of 2019. I was actually recording with a very, very extremely shitty Focusrite microphone that's broken, dirty. So I was recording with this, and I was so ready to release shit, and then my shit got erased, and I was just like, well, damn, I guess I got to start over. Now that I have this, and then I bought like Joey Sturgis Game Reduction.
There you go.
And then released my first single, Overload, in November last year.
There we go. Well, listen, if there's any more reason you should go support Jordan, this is one of them, but one of many. I know I've definitely had that and been very upset about deleting stuff. So, listen, I already loved Jordan, but go support this dude because I feel like I would feel demoralized. So
yeah. The thing was, I'd kind of be writing it, like, aside from like the songs that I was that I originally wrote for my band that got rejected. I was writing this stuff and recording demos of it since 2018 in like a college apartment. So this stuff has been on hold for like God knows how long.
Oh my God.
And then the producer of my project, Jake Deloso, he became one of my college roommates in the apartment because I was in like the worst living situation, I guess you could say.
Sure, yeah.
The people that were living with me, they all moved out and stuff like that. Good. Oof. Thank God. And then I got a whole new set of people, and one of them was like a guy that I knew and hung out with, like kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
That I knew he was into like gent and like metalcore and stuff like that. And I made plans to go to like this big ass studio to record this album, and then he had a studio in his room in the apartment that we were living in. And I walked in on him one day, and shit sounded fucking popping. I was like, do you want to just produce me?
Yeah, why not, right?
And I was like, and in return, you can be in like the live band. And he's like, yeah, I'm down. I'm like, sick. So all the instrumentals were recorded in a college apartment. And then when it came time to do vocals, I actually decided not to do college anymore and just chill at home and like kind of make money on my own as opposed to just waiting to make money. And then recording the vocals like here.
Very cool. Well, I'm glad you got a new microphone. I'm glad you are obviously well on your way to.
This is one of the best Christmas presents ever. You have no idea.
I feel that. That's probably my next bigger purchase. But next question, Jordan. A fun one. What is your favorite food to eat? What's your go-to?
I mean, in a broad term, like Chinese food, because
I got you. Yeah,
Chinese food's the goat. But lately, I've been eating like hibachi food at like a food court called Osaka.
Okay.
It's a hibachi like overall, like there's actual restaurants where you can just sit down and actually be served and stuff.
Oh, very cool.
But in Harrisburg, I'm not from Harrisburg, but my girlfriend's from that area. And whenever I go to see her, we always end up going to the mall just to get Japanese food. And they always, I don't know, I just love it.
They always bring it. I got you.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, love me some hibachi food. Haven't had that in a hot minute, but
yeah, American food sucks. Everything else, I'm telling you right now.
That is true. That is true. Next question, Jordan. If you could pick somebody to collaborate with, whether it be a guest producer or a guest feature on an up-and-coming Jordan Sartor record, who would you want to have on it?
All right. This is tough because there's so many on my list.
Yeah.
So I'll pick someone small and I'll pick someone like real big. Small, Bobby, instantly. No question.
I was gonna ask you that. I was like, if it ain't Bobby.
I've already talked to her about it. I don't really have anything for her right now, but there's no doubt in my mind. She's on Featured X, by the way, if you want to book her.
And Jordan too. I'll leave a link. I'll leave a link below. Go.
She's more expensive than me, and that's honestly because she's definitely more worth it than me, in my opinion. I mean, you can come up with your own price. I came up with 50 because I was just like, they told me like, oh, do you want like 100? I was like, no, I'll do 50.
There we go.
Because it's cool to like get money, but at the same time, I want to work with a lot of people. I haven't had anyone booked yet, but it'll be easier for people to like, book with me and not have to like hassle about how, I'll have that money. Yeah, you gotta like wait and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely spent $200 on Bobby instantly. Like as soon as I have something for her, it's happening. So yeah.
There we go. And who's the big one, Jordan?
Oh my God, this is hard.
Manifest it. Manifest it, man.
Oh my God, I don't know. I want to say Corey Taylor, but I wouldn't because Corey Taylor's he's too good to like for me to even consider that. You know what I mean? Like if he asked me, like, hey, you want to work with me? I'd be like, I want to, but I don't think I should. But I don't think you should. I don't want you to talk.
Oh, come on. Give yourself a little bit more credit, Jordan.
Yeah, it's a two-way tie. It's actually a two-way tie.
Okay.
Between Caleb Shomo from Beartooth and Chris Motionless from Motionless in White.
Ooh, I like that choice. Yeah.
That's a band I've seen the most live.
Oh, Motionless in White?
Dude, he's literally one of the nicest people you could ever meet.
Yeah, he seems like a super nice dude. So
I remember meeting the dude at Mayhem when I was, I think, 16, 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He can't handle being gassed up. He literally can't. he gets like very, 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 very flustered about it. Like,
I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm like, and usually like when you're on tour and you're meeting people all the time, it probably gets exhausting. And I understand that. I never toured, but I've talked to people who have, and I do understand that. But like, dude's just humble overall.
And that's great,
Plus, he's kind of a hometown hero. He's like from Scranton.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Very cool.
It's like an hour away from me, granted,
but close enough. Yeah, I know.
Close enough for me to identify him as a hometown hero.
Yeah, 100%. And
technically speaking, Varials are my hometown heroes by default because. Fun fact: I actually knew not their original vocalist, because fuck him. Their most recent vocalist, Travis.
Travis, yeah.
The one that everyone knows. Yeah, he actually went to elementary school with me.
That's wild.
He was 3 grades ahead of me. I wouldn't say I was friends with him. I was just that annoying kid that thought he was cool and followed him around and shit.
Listen, that's fair.
And then like years later, I see that he's in like a down tempo band at the time called Varroa, and I was just like, huh. I went to high school with this dude. That's pretty cool.
This dude, yeah.
So it was really cool to see someone that you not necessarily known, but like known about since like you were 8 years old, and then see them like on a come up. So it was really cool to see that. Also, I worked with their one guitar player on my band's first EP.
Okay.
And stuff like that, yeah. And I played shows with So their guitar player Mitch and their bass player Mike,
Mhm.
they're in like a post-hardcore band together that we used to play shows with called Closer to Closure.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it was just those two that ended up doing something. And their drummer, I think her name is Jordan. She was pretty good. I don't know what she's been up to lately, but she's pretty good.
There we go. Well, that's crazy.
Small world.
I've small world. Yeah, definitely. I think I've met Chris like maybe once or twice, but they're like one band that I would like to have on just because I feel like Chris would be such a nice dude to talk to and
Mhm.
like just because he's been around for such a long time as well, and it'd just be nice to just hear his perspective on music and all that sort of shit. So, Chris,
Absolutely.
shout outs to Chris.
If he sees this, I hope he does.
Listen, Chris, if you see this, this is great. First of all, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. Secondly, I want you to work with Jordan because that would be fucking sick, you know? So, guys, this is what you do. You take your phone out, you go to twitter.com, and you type in, I would love to see a collab with Jordan Sartor and Chris Motionless, you know, hashtag collab. I don't know if that's a real thing, you know.
It's so funny because I hardly use Twitter.
But listen, hey, you know, I manifest this sort of shit. So listen, I mean, if you want to hear Jordan and Chris work together, listen, you know, I don't want to say it's a legally binding contract.
You can get a $10 royalty check if that happens.
Listen,
I'm not gonna forget. It's on YouTube.
That's true. So guys, make sure to do it. Because it would be very cool, and I feel like I would accomplish something, and I feel like Jordan would be really excited about it. So, you know, it's a win-win all around. So make sure it happens. But the next question, Jordan, my personal favorite question, because I'm a nerd, so I love asking it. If you could be a video game character, who would you be?
Oh, I love this freaking question because it's so damn hard.
I know. That's why I ask it.
So I'm a huge Tekken fan.
Ooh, nice.
Huge Tekken fan. Damn. It's a two-way tie between Kazuya, Mishima, and Jin Kazama, easily.
Ooh, you're right.
They're actually like one of the main reasons why I have like the satanic imagery and why I'm kind of into the whole devil thing. Because they morph into freaking devils, and that's so fucking cool.
It is cool.
Like, I was always oddly fascinated by, like, not necessarily the religious aspect of Satanism, because I'm not religious, but at the same time, I don't really claim one, or I don't deny afterlife or anything like that. I'm just pretty, like, I just want to live life. And, like,
I feel.
So you can call it agnostic, but at the same time, I don't give a fuck about that either. But no, but like I was always fascinated by the fact that they were possessed by this whole devil gene or whatever that they got going on, and how they get certain abilities and then have some sort of out of body experience to the point where when they wake up, they don't recall, like specifically Jin because he didn't have control of it at the time. They don't recall like what they did, and I always had this sort of adrenaline, especially because I used to play like sports, like basketball.
Sure.
I always had this sort of like angry, like adrenaline that would kick in every time I was doing something that I liked, especially with music.
Yeah.
And it always felt like an out of body experience because there's some things I've seen on video where I was just like, I did that.
And you don't remember it.
So I always compared that to being possessed by a demon.
Yeah.
I kind of try to give that vibe off to just represent that. Like, I'm no devil worshiper or anything. Like, it's in my fucking logo, and I'm wearing a robe. Which is
I was gonna say you were wearing a robe with the devil on it. So I feel like
aside from the fact that it's just cool looking and shit like that kind of vibe, that kind of attitude and like persona and like stage presence gets a lot off my chest.
I feel, yeah.
Like when Eric took those photos and I posted them finally because I was waiting to like post them. I guess some people from my girlfriend's family didn't know me enough to like know that I did music this way. Reached out, they're like, I'm a little concerned. I don't want you to go down the wrong path. And I keep forgetting that, like, that like most families that around me are religious. My parents kind of are, kind of.
I got you. Yeah.
But they're open-minded enough that I can just chillax.
Do what you want. Yeah.
They never forced me to go to church or anything like that. They said, if you don't want to go, you don't have to go.
You live your life. I got you. Yeah.
So I was just like, but like none of this has to do with like, worshiping the devil.
It just has to do with Tekken. That's the real like
sacrificing goats and stuff. I mean, I don't even know where I can buy a goat, so I can't even do that anyways. So. Sorry, guys.
But yeah, no, I'm glad you. I kind of had a feeling because like I was like I've seen like obviously what you're wearing now and just kind of know your persona. So I was like if he doesn't say like a Tekken, specifically Jin or Kazuya, I was like, I'll be surprised. I was like, I kind of had a feeling like mentally in the back of my head just because like I know I'm very video game knowledgeable. I feel like in some aspects, but I was like
honorable mention Steve Fox because you can spam with him so easily.
Ooh.
Forget Eddie Gordo. Forget Steve
him. Fox.
Like if you don't like you could spam Eddie Gordo all you want, but once he's up against Steve Fox, you're done. You're done.
Over with.
Because those kick buttons, they're not kicks anymore.
I know.
I'm glad you understood that.
I got it. I knew exactly what you meant. So, shout outs to that. Shout outs to Tekken. I'm glad Kazuya's in Smash because I'm a big Nintendo lover. So
I saw that. My brother told me about that. I was like, really?
It was very strange because like, obviously I'm not, I don't come from the FGC, but like I appreciate the admiration and love for classic fighting games like Street King of Fighters, Street Fighter, all that stuff.
Now, Mortal Kombat, I do like it. Obviously, it's like better graphics, better like playability. It's like more realistic, but at the same time, also not as realistic because of like how they kill people and shit. It's like oddly fascinating. It's like, damn, you can do that? Probably not, but like, yo, that'd be so weird to watch.
Yeah, that'd be very.
But like, Tekken just always had a better storyline.
I would agree. Yeah, I'll probably have to go. I want to play the newest one. I haven't played that one yet, but
I haven't either. It's the Tekken 7. I haven't played that.
I think it's Tekken 7.
I want to so bad.
But go ahead, Jordan.
It's very interactive. Apparently, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, I gotta give you props for picking a Tekken character. Like I said, I had that forethought, but I'm glad my video game knowledge was on point enough to know.
I'm not even that much of a gamer either.
But Tekken, though, you're on
Tekken, 2K, and Tony Hawk. That's it.
There we go. Classics. There we go.
Yeah.
Next question, Jordan. If you were to compile a dream tour lineup, including yourself, who would be on?
Fuck, man. Fuck.
Listen, I gotta hit you with listen. We've been in the boxing ring, and I'm ready to hit them jabs. You know what I'm saying? The right hooks.
So me, not headlining, obviously. So me.
That's your choice, man.
Muir, that's another influence of mine that I forgot to mention.
Frankie Palmieri, I got you.
So me, Muir, Motionless in White.
Okay.
One more. Me, Muir, Motionless in White. That's pretty stacked so far.
I'm digging. I'm vibing.
How many more can I come up with? Like one more?
I feel like.
So I just listed 3.
You have 3. That's including yourself, right?
And if you think about it, there's like 2 or 3 like local bands opening up.
Okay. So why don't you
do
one more band? How about that?
One more band? Okay.
Yeah.
So it would be between Motionless in White and Muir headlining. Oh, fuck. After the Burial. Yeah.
I know. That's clean. I like that.
After the Burial, easily.
And then if you were to have one, obviously you're one of the locals, but if you were to have another local, because you did mention it, who would you?
No, I'd be tour support. What do you mean?
Oh, okay.
No, I've never.
You could do it. You'll be on the tour. Jordan Sartor.
I haven't performed live yet.
It's okay, man. We'll throw you on there. It'll be the
I mean,
Jordan Sartor. We'll just add the U to your name.
If I could pick like one local band, but not local to me, but hard. I gotta look at my phone. I because I do be listening to like smaller artists and stuff like that. Oh my god.
Really racking your brain here, Jordan.
If he could turn it into a live band, Josh and Frank, Conveyance Brothers, easily.
Ooh. Yeah.
I think they're strictly studio from the phone call I had with Josh, but who knows? I might change his mind if he sees this.
Josh,
go live.
Go live, bud.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. Guys, if you would like tickets to the Jordan Sartor tour, you see what I did there? It was a joke. But
I'll kill myself.
Anyway, if you want to purchase tickets to this insane lineup in insert year here,
2030.
20. I'm not gonna make the prediction, but insert year here. Please go check the link in the description. Now, go check out Jordan. If you honestly, help Jordan ascend to greatness, then this probably would happen. So, I can't confirm or deny, but I feel like it's a possibility.
I can't necessarily confirm that after the burial one, but you never know.
That's why we manifest these things, Jordan. So, guys, if you want to make it happen, go rock with Jordan here. But the next question, Jordan, favorite TV show, favorite movie?
My favorite recent TV show is Paradise City, the one that Siberian Records put out.
Oh, okay.
It's basically a TV series made from American Satan. It's actually pretty. It's better. It's actually better than the movie. Despite Bella Thorne being in the movie, I don't really like her right now. But
that's fair.
It's actually a pretty good TV series.
Okay.
But but my favorite overall TV show is definitely South Park.
Oh, classic.
I love that dark humor shit. So, I feel easily. And every time I watch it, it feels like the first time I've watched the episode. It's always funny. I don't know why. But favorite movie? Ever heard of Malibu's Most Wanted?
I have not. Who?
Oh my
who
god!
Who is in Malibu's Most Wanted? I'm gonna look it up. So I'm very curious now.
So Anthony Davis. So hold on. And it's sad because I don't know the names of the three guys. Taye Diggs, Anthony Anderson, Regina Hall, and Jamie Kennedy. So it's basically.
Oh my god.
So it's basically like a spoof of a really loose spoof of 8 Mile.
Oh, okay. I'm about it.
So it's about this white rapper who basically has it all. His dad's like running for governor. The family's like loaded. But he has this like ghetto like gangster attitude.
Yeah.
And that's cringy, but it's like funny.
But it's funny cringy. I got you.
Like there's a scene where it like zooms out on like his like the place where he lives at. It's a huge ass mansion. It's like this mock crib. It ain't much, but it's all I got. So basically, the dad's trying to run for governor, and the son keeps fucking it up.
Oh yeah.
So he hires these black actors to play ghetto dudes to take him to the hood and kind of scare him into being like a regular white boy, essentially. And as they go through it, they realize it's not working, and then he eventually gets himself into situations where it's like the real like hood,
yeah.
But he doesn't understand that it's real because he eventually figures out, they hired actors, so he assumes everyone's an actor. So he starts acting up, and then he earns respect from an actual gang. It's the funniest shit ever. Like,
I'm gonna have to add that to the list.
Like it deserves an Oscar. It honestly does.
There we go. Love it. I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to give Jordan's recommendation a watch. Very stoked to check that out. I'm a big humor fan, so I'm gonna have to watch that shit. But next question, Jordan. If you're trapped on a desert island for the next month and there was one record you could bring with you to listen to, what would it be?
Why? It's a fucking hard question. Why would you do that to me?
It's a month.
Oh! Wait, that's not a hard question. Sundowning, Sleep Token. Easily.
My guy.
That's another band I've been listening to.
Oh, thank you.
I saw them once. I literally went to see Issues, which was cool. It was like it was like one of the last issue shows before they gave Tyler the boot.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That sucks. Fucked up, Tyler. As much as I love your voice, you fucked up.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I feel that. I feel that.
But,
How good were they? As good as they were on the record as they are live? Because I haven't seen them. I'd love to see them. Sleep Token, please play the U.S. again. But
So I only heard. So when I saw the tour was announced and I got the tickets for my girlfriend and I to see.
Okay.
Because we listened to that. Because for the first 3 months of us like together, we listened to like that album all the time.
Oh, it's such a fantastic record. Sundowning is so great.
No, not Sundowning. Beautiful Oblivion.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Issues. Okay.
So I went to be like, I was like, oh, who's this like Sleep Token, John? Let me check this out. You know? I heard one song. It was like Bloodsport. And I was like, oh, it's like heavy, but it's beautiful. I'm like, oh, this is nice. He's got a good voice. I'm just like, whatever. Didn't think anything of it. I didn't know what these fuckers looked like at all.
No one really knows anyway.
In fact, no one even knows already. I mean, I actually found out who the mastermind behind it is. I'm not going to say it because
don't say it.
But when I found out, it was actually very. It was emotional when I found out who like the dude actually is, because it's no one anyone really knows about. That's all I gotta say.
I kind of figured as much, honestly.
He I don't want to say he's like to keep it short. He's like a nobody. It's not like someone anyone knows.
Yeah,
like, this dude's been working from like the ground up just to like.
Which is respect to him, you know.
That once I saw and the thing was I accidentally came across a video. It said recommended for you. It's some dude playing acoustic guitar with this chick. That's a hint, by the way. As soon as I heard him sing, I was like,
"You're like what?
That's fucking."
You're like that's him. You like start like just going on.
Yeah, and then I saw comments and there's people like, did I just find out something that I wasn't supposed to know?
Yeah.
Like, yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
Because there's speculation that dude could have been Sam Smith, or the dude from Bastille, or this was a reach, but Hosier.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's a reach, but
No,
I know
but like I heard the one song, I was like, oh, these guys are cool. It wasn't the heaviest song, but it was cool.
Yeah.
I like what they're going for. I'm like, sounds cool. Dude's voice is beautiful. Let's go see it. And then I saw them. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, they're like wild.
So I'm thinking it's gonna be like some soft shit. For every soft song they have a heavy song to make up for it. And I also kind of figured out who the guitarist is too. and looking back, it makes sense. I'll tell you off air, but like yeah. No, but like it was fantastic. Like, and also they're very theatrical, especially like the bass player. He does the most. If there was anyone I was watching the most, it was a tie between the bass player and the drummer. That drummer's incredible.
The drummer's nuts. Yeah, I agree.
Like he wasn't doing blast beats or anything. You don't need to do blast beats.
Just like it's technical. Yeah, I got you.
Like it's not the most skilled thing you could do as a drummer. But this dude basically used every single part of his kit in just normal ass beats. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
And you could tell the vocalist isn't like a screamer, but when he did, it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I know most of their songs are like obviously his clean singing, but I know his screams are like nuts though.
He's definitely not the best screamer. I'm going to be up and honest about that.
Yeah.
For someone who doesn't do it, he's good.
Yeah.
But for like the first two songs, I swore he was lip syncing because of how clear his voice sounded, and also how far away he was holding the microphone from himself.
Yeah.
Because you see freaking metal vocalists all the way.
Yeah, they're like, yeah.
He was like right here. I was like, is this real? But no, and then. And after that, I didn't even want to see any other like band up until Issues.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's a lie. Polyphia was on that tour.
Yes.
That was one of those things I couldn't even jam out to. It's something you just gotta watch.
Yeah.
There was people moshing to it, which was funny, but like, I was like, I can't do that. I gotta look.
Yeah.
It was fascinating to watch, but I'm not as fascinated by instrumental music as like their fan bases,
Yeah.
But they're talented. I just wasn't as excited to see it as, like, say, Sleep Token, where I was just like,
You're just jaw on the floor. Yeah, I got you.
but yeah, like every other band, I was just like, okay, it's cool. Oh, Polyphia, that's cool. Okay, whatever. Sleep Token's still in my mind. And then Issues came on. I was like, okay, this is good.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Well.
But yeah, Sleep Token, Sundowning, specifically the deluxe version. Specifically the deluxe version, yeah.
I got you. Last question, Jordan. I've been asking.
Already.
I've been asking a lot of my guests I've been having on during quarantine. What do you? I know this is kind of more of a grandiose sort of question, but what do you want people to take away from your music? I know we kind of touched upon lyrics, and obviously we talked a lot about your music, but what do you want people to take away from your artistry? Just as if like you're trying to just, give any more reason for people to go check out your stuff. What do you really want people to take away?
That's a very interesting question. Hold on 1 second.
No problem. You had to get that water in because you knew it was important.
Yeah.
You were going to say a lot of shit. I got you.
So yeah, with the music and everything, like I've been going through a lot. So my motive is fuck bitches, get money.
I got you.
Yeah. No.
Honestly, if you said that, I would have been like, yeah, that's true too. I would respect it,
No, kind of going along with like how personal I'm getting with the lyrics, and kind of also talking about how I associate the concept of demonic possession in like the theatrics of my music.
Sure, yeah.
Basically, whatever it is that you're doing in life, like whatever kind of commitments that you have, absolutely lose yourself in it. Like if you enjoy something that, like if you are passionate about something, and while you're doing it, you don't think about it.
Yeah.
Like when I perform, when I record, I think about it a lot. But like when you perform, there's no thought to it. It just is. And that's why I wear this shit, because whenever, you're having an out-of-body experience, there's no thought. It feels like nobody's in the room, or it feels like you're asleep. And then you wake up and the show's over and stuff like that. Just completely lose yourself. I mean, my music in particular, like especially like whatever I have out right now and what I'm about to put out, it's not necessarily a message for people, but like more so me kind of getting it all out in terms of like what the theme is. So like, oh damn, this got deep. No, because I've been goofing off in terms of like promoting and stuff like that. Yeah. Because as much as I do want to be, serious about what I have like going on and stuff, like there's a lot to talk about, and but in the meantime, there's nothing wrong with like having fun while promoting it.
Yeah, no, certainly.
But yeah, my message is like just get it all out, whatever it is, get it out.
Oh no, I 100% agree with you.
Even it could mean like going to like a show and just moshing your ass off. It could mean finally, texting that chick back that you have a crush on her, regardless of the outcome. It could mean like finally like quitting drugs or something like that. Yeah. It could mean like finally, in some people's case I know, that they're stuck in like a religion where they feel like oppressed, and they try to step away from that. Do that. Or if you're in a toxic life and you think religion's like the right thing for you to make yourself feel better, then do that too. Just absolutely lose yourself in whatever it is that you want to be committed or already committed.
No, 100%. I agree with that. And
to the point where it's second nature. Jerry.
Oh, I see what you did there, Jordan. Yeah, no, I think anything that you love or that you want to be, involved with, like, you have to know what you're getting into and that you want to be in it. And I feel like with what you're doing, like, obviously your music's important to you, and what you're writing about is important to you and stuff. But I think it's more so like, from what I could gather, at least from this interview, is like, you want it to be that experience for people when they see you. You want them to have that same experience you feel when you're on the stage and like doing shit. I
want them to feel what I feel.
Yeah.
For the time being, I'm not saying. I mean, there's a lot of angst. I don't want you to like come home and be like on edge or anything like that. But like, I want you to like kind of like feel that in the music, and that's it. But like, if you resonate with it, cool. But that's not something I am intentionally trying to get people to think.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Because like me, I put out some pretty safe songs lyrically compared to like the rest of it. And even that, I don't want people like going through whatever that was, especially with like songs like Overload. I mean, that's a little more specific.
Yeah.
Where songs like that, like my personal experiences, like being on the spectrum and how much that sucked to like not having to explain, but once I did explain it, people started to like switch on me and shit like that in a way I didn't like. And then songs like Ina Trukia, I'm basically explaining my 3 singles at this point.
Go ahead. I mean,
there's songs like Ina Trukia where it's not talked about enough, even though I know for a fact a lot of people feel this way about themselves, but like some people, you're at the end, like most of the part, I can't talk. Most of the time, you're your own worst critic. And
100%, yeah.
And I'm sure plenty of people wrote songs about a lot of that self-hatred, et cetera, et cetera. I just want to be 100% forward and to the point about it.
Yeah, certainly.
Because people are beating around the bush too much with metaphors and stuff. And that's cool. And I do that still. But, like, I want to get to the point. I'm just like, this is a song about how much I hate myself sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe even most of the time. And then you got a song like Scream, the last song, which I think the one that you haven't heard yet.
I have not, yes. No.
Songs like Scream, where I was in a very manipulative, like, relationship. It was my first, and keep in mind, it's my first relationship. It was with someone much older, actually.
I feel that, yeah.
And whenever you get into, like, verbal altercations, as someone who's never been in a relationship before, you kind of don't know what to do. Or at least I didn't know what to do, so I kind of just let her step on me for as long as I've known her. And then I wrote this song, I was like, enough is enough.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And like I said, like, I'm excited to listen to that one because very similarly, that was kind of the situation with my first relationship and stuff. Yeah. So I feel like I'll have some, some camaraderie in that. But I kind
of lost my like innocence in that. Not virginity. Let's not be confused with that. That was later, but in terms of like what a relationship was supposed to be.
I got you. Yeah.
And I thought that's what it was supposed to be. Someone like constantly accusing you, like 15-year-old me of things that I don't even know about and stuff like that.
Yikes!
Like being like accused of cheating with some girl that someone in the hallway saw me with because I said hi to them or something like that.
Oh my god! Wow.
It's a lot. It's
yeah.
Lot. For the most, face value, it's explained in the song. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. So go check out all the songs, guys.
But based on those 3 songs, hopefully people can figure out the theme. If not, that's even better.
Because then you'll be more surprised. But
yeah.
No, like I said earlier in the interview, like I appreciate how cognitive you are of some, to not kind of beat around the bush in some aspects, you know what I mean? So, very cool on your part, Jordan. I will leave all of the links below to obviously check the songs out on social media, which segues perfectly into the next thing, Jordan. Tell people where they can find you at on social media, what you have coming up in the next couple months, and obviously, I'll leave your Feature X link in the description too. So if you want to go support Jordan, please go do that. Honestly,
I'm pretty cheap compared to most,
but you should do it.
And I love doing it, so you might as well just try it. And plus, I know I do metalcore things, but I also do deathcore things. I also do rock things, but also. Anything but country, I'll hop on.
I feel that. Anyway, yeah. Jordan, tell the people where they can find you and anything else you'd like to plug or talk about. So my Instagram is Jordan Sartor Music. My Facebook page is just at Jordan Sartor. You can just find it. I'm trying to think. My TikTok, if you want to get more on the personal side of things, Jordan Sartor 666. Vibes.
Spotify. That's like the main one I always look at in terms of stats. But you can find me anywhere else, honestly. Bandcamp, if you actually do want to directly support me and pay for my singles, are only $1. But on my birthday, which is actually coming up on the 17th of this month, it's August right now.
But you still buy it anyway.
Yeah, by the time people see this, you said September, right? So
yeah.
I'm going to be 25 by the time, so it's fine.
Woo!
Yeah. But yeah, it'll be on Bandcamp, $4.
There we go.
But yeah, I'm everywhere else. Like, I mean, I pay like $35 a year to like get everything on everything. So it's probably like I have a TikTok. Like all my singles are TikTok sounds. You can Shazam me. It's actually pretty cool.
That's awesome.
When you look at my lyrics on Google, they actually show up on the results pages as opposed to like the link. It's actually pretty tight.
That must be very cool.
Yeah.
Well, guys, go check out Jordan Sartor. I want to give a massive shout out again to Nicole from Renovare. She's the best.
Check out fucking Renovare. They just, not as recently, but they put out a song with the vocalist of, how are they pronounced? Is it Sephoser?
Sephoser? Yeah.
Sephoser. Yes, now I know how they actually pronounce it.
Don't worry, I've tried it so many times, so I feel like I have to put it out in the universe for everyone. You know.
The thing was, when I was still in my old band, we would get show offers that we end up not being able to do, and their name would always come up.
They're fantastic.
I'm like, they are. After I finally heard them, after seeing their name so many fucking times, and I was just like, fuck this band, let me hear them. And I'm like, oh shit, my bad, they're good. I just saw their name everywhere, and I was just like, and the only reason why I made me mad because they didn't know how to say it.
That's fair, yeah. I totally agree with that. But guys, not to start beef with Sephoser, they're the homies. I'm sure Jordan didn't mean it in that aspect, but or not, or maybe did. I don't know. But anyway, go check out Jordan Sartor. I will leave all of the links in the description where you can find out about Jordan, his music, his TikTok, his Feature X, all of that shit will be in the description. So please go support this man. Go buy his music. If you really want to support him, go do it on Bandcamp.
Support, you guys are cool.
And if you enjoyed this interview, share, like, and subscribe. It goes a long way. It would mean a lot. So if you could do that, that would be awesome. And huge thanks to Jordan for coming on and chatting with me today.
Don't forget to subscribe to my OnlyFans.